Happy Friday and good morning to everyone in the chat. It is Friday, September the 24th, and I'm Marlene. And today's topic is going to be about don't block your blessings. So many times in life, there are so many things that come in for us. Blessing is waiting for us to be able to take it in. But a blessing is just an opportunity, and each one of us is given different talents. I'll start off with that. Each and every one of us is given talents in life. We're given so many things. But how do you feel about your blessing? How do you feel about the talent that you're given? You have to start there. You have to start there. And I'm just going to tell you guys, you have to get out of your own way. You have to get out of your own way because sometimes our blessing can be hindered because of negativity, maybe that we think about ourselves. So I'm going to start off with this one. Don't block your blessings or get in your own way by allowing fear, anger, procrastination, stubbornness, or any other negative thought or behavior to get in the way. Don't get weary when the vision doesn't come fast enough. It may take a long time, but keep on waiting and it will happen. Step out on faith and do something great. Write that book, go to school, start a business, start writing vlogs. Whatever it is that is your talent, it's your gift. You can do it. We have to strive for greatness. You have to do something different and stand out. So get out of your own way. That can be the biggest hindrance to most people. We are in our own way. We're in the way of our own blessing because we don't believe in ourselves. Basically, we don't believe in ourselves. We don't believe in our own power and our own strength. But you do have power. Sometimes it's hidden within us. And other times our blessing is hindered because we are not believing in it. We don't think that we're very good at whatever it is. But you have to believe in yourself first before you can get more. Each one of us has a talent and a gift. There's so many things that you may be so good at, so great at. And another person may just wish and hope that they can do just a little bit of what it is that you do. They wish that they could just have some of your talent. You have to look at it that way. Good morning, Rochelle. How are you? So good to see you. Friday blessings to you. Yes, and you have to look at whatever it is that you do, whatever gift that you were given, whatever way that you were given a talent. Don't hide it. So many times we may hide our talents and our gifts because we think we may be inadequate in some way. We may think we're not as good as maybe somebody else by comparing ourselves to somebody else. But don't do that. Don't compare yourself to anybody else because you are good enough. You have to keep reminding yourself of that. You have to keep reminding yourself of that because if you don't believe in yourself, who is going to? You can't make somebody believe in you. That is something that you have to do for yourself. You have to believe in what was given to you by God. God gives each and every one of us some type of gift, some type of talent. But are you using it? You have to use what you're given, because he doesn't want to waste his time on us if we don't want to, manifest what he's given to us. We have to use our gifts. We have to use them. And if we don't use them, we're going to lose them. And that's one of the ways that you can block your blessing. You can block your blessing, but not by not believing in your gift enough. So believe in your gift enough, believe in your blessing, because it is something very special. You are very special. And you have to remember that. And I think sometimes because of life, the problems that happen in life, that we just feel inadequate sometimes. We feel maybe I'm not as good as this person or that person. We're comparing ourselves to somebody else's gifts and talents, but that's their gift. That's their talent. You have to claim your own blessing, and you do. You are a blessing, and that's how you have to look at life. You have to look at life that way, that everything that I am giving is a gift. Every day that you're alive is a gift. When you look at it that way, you're going to manifest more things in your life, more positive things, more blessings into your life, because you are not only perceiving what is the will of God for you, but you're walking in that talent. Yeah, it was great, Rochelle. Great job. You have to manifest what you're given, because if you cannot handle the things that you're given, if you can't handle a small thing, how can you be given more? How can you be able to receive more? We have to learn that whatever it is that we're given, whatever it is that you're good at, it's not boasting by boosting yourself up. You have to say, this is what I was given. This is the talent that I'm given. This is what I'm good at. So not only am I going to do it, but I'm going to receive it. I'm going to take it in and try to work your talent to make it better, be more proficient at it, be more effective. Whatever it is that you're given, learn to do it well. Use that talent. And the more that you use it, is the more you're going to learn how to, okay, I got to do this, I got to do that. So learn how to use what you're given instead of looking at somebody else. Most of the time we look at other people and we're comparing ourselves to other people, and we're saying, I'm not as good as that person. I can't do like this person. I'm not like this one. And it all comes from repressed memories, sometimes from our childhood, that you may have been compared to somebody else, or maybe in your adulthood you're compared to somebody on the job or something like that. But we have to first step into ourselves and realize you have potential within yourself, that you are enough. And you have to claim that you are enough. And you have to keep repeating that to yourself until you believe it. Receive it, take it in, believe it, because you are enough. And I know, because of the situation that's going on in the world, sometimes because of the struggles and the problems, the difficulties, what's going on in our family, our own self. Maybe you have a health problem, a health issue. So many things bombard us. You're worried about your finances. So many things. It bombards us, overwhelms us. But remember, it does not stop who you are. You have to remember, you are not your circumstance. You're just you. When you show up in this world, when you show up, whatever you bring to the table, you are enough. And you have to claim that and receive it. So that way that you can share your talents and your gifts with others. Hey, Teresa, good morning. Happy Friday. Friday blessings to you. I hope you're doing great. We have to be able to receive what you're good at. And it's not boasting. It's having high self-esteem. It's loving yourself. It's taking in the will that God has for us. We have to receive that. We are not only given talents, but we can receive blessings because we trust in the process. We trust in the process for what God has for us. Do you trust the process that God has for you? Not what he has for your cousin, your auntie, your brother, your workmate. No. You have to trust the process that God has for you. What does God have for you? What can he do for you today? He can have the ability to do anything. He's not a human that he fails and he makes mistakes. No, God has the ability to be able to get you through any situation. Whatever it is that you need, he can be that. He is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the beginning and the end. He causes to become. God can become anything that you need him to be. This is for somebody. God can be whoever you need him to be. He can become anything you need at that time. If you need somebody to listen to, he can become that. If you need a friend, he can become that. If you need a father, he can become that. A mother, a cousin. He can fill in any void. Good morning, Primpin. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming. God can fill in and be anything that you may be missing in your life. Anything. Don't think anything is too much. Go to him with any problem, any difficulty, any struggle, anything that you're carrying. Sometimes the things that we have hidden deep in our heart that we don't want to tell anybody else about. Yes, you go ahead and give that to God. Give it to him and know that he fully not only can receive it, but he can give you the power that you need to be able to manifest your blessing. Good morning, Charlene. Happy Friday to you. God can give us anything that we need. And I know that this message is for somebody because this is not the message that I wanted to come on and say. I wanted to talk about a whole different topic. But God put this in my heart today to speak about not blocking your blessings. So don't block what God has started. I think sometimes that we think we're always never enough. And I think that society, the world, other people, they put off their problems on us. They make you feel lesser than because that is what. Thank you, Charlene. That is what they feel. People can only give you who they are. They can't give you any more or any less. Thank you, Charlene. They can't give you any more than what they can give you. So there's times where you cannot lean on the faith of other people. You have to encourage yourself. You have to trust in what God has for you. You have to. Remember that. Sometimes we have to walk in faith and not by sight. We can't worry about, I don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes it's in the unseen that is where you get your blessing. You have to walk in faith. Encourage your faith, strengthen your faith. Know that you can get through anything that you want, anything that you're struggling with, any difficulty. Is sometimes there are so many unseen things that other people don't know what is happening behind closed doors. Behind closed doors, people don't know the tears you cry. People don't know the hurt, the pain that you feel, the disappointments, maybe the loneliness, the discouragement, the times where you feel like you're failing. No, but sometimes when you feel like you're failing, this is when you're succeeding, because there is a lesson that you need to be taught. There's something that you need to learn. Do you need to learn to be more courageous? Do you need to learn to trust yourself or to trust God? Everything that there is a lesson in every blessing. Every blessing that you are about to receive or you will receive in the future, there's something right here in this moment that you need to learn. What do you need to learn? Ask God for whatever it is that you feel you need to learn. Ask Him and trust in the process. I think a lot of times we are always thinking about the future, what we want in the future, but we don't take time to stand in the present and to claim what we're learning, the ways that we're growing. You have untold blessings that you need to tap into. Untold blessings. Just waking up in the morning is a blessing. Have you thanked God for that? That you're above ground, that you have the ability to think, that you can see and you have feelings, and you love not only God, but you love yourself. That is something to rejoice over every single day. Rejoice that you love yourself and keep your head up. I want to tell somebody that is struggling right here today to keep your head up. Keep your head up. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to get to your goal, to your end point, to where you want to be. Every single day, just as long as you keep trying, you keep improving, you become better, you trust in the process for your life. You have to keep going. Yes, Primpin, it is a blessing. And we have to claim our blessings every day. And that's why I put it as my avatar today. People block their own blessings with negativity daily and don't even know it. Isn't that something that you can be hindering and blocking your own blessings because of your negative thoughts, negative feelings, thinking you're inconsistent in some way? You're not. You are not inconsistent. You are worthy, able, and strong enough. Whatever it is that you're giving it for a reason. There's a reason why you're going through a struggle right now. There's a reason, because there's something that you need to learn. Are you learning the lesson that God has for you? Are you learning it? Are you receiving it? Now that you have learned it, now what are you going to do? Are you going to keep your talents and your gifts to yourself, or are you going to use your blessings to bless others? See, that's how when we are able to receive more. You can receive more when you use what you have and give it to others. We have to give back. It's called pay it forward. Whatever it is, you don't want to keep things to yourself. And so many times people do that. They keep things to themselves because they fear that other people will take what they have, they'll use it. You can't stop people from taking things from you. People can try, but one thing nobody can do, nobody can be you. Nobody can be you. Nobody can do things the way you do. Nobody can talk the way you can talk. Nobody can use the talent that you have because it's yours. It's your talent, so you have to go ahead and receive your talents and your gifts. You have to receive it. Nobody can receive it for you but you. So many people out there, they're looking for other people to fulfill them. And that's far too tragic because you are an amazing person. God made each and every one of us with different talents, different gifts. It's enough light out there for each and every person to get their shine. I'll say it again. It's enough talents and gifts out there for each and every person to get their shine. And don't compare somebody else's shine to yours or somebody else's blessings to yours and say, oh, we started at the same time. They got this, but I only have that. No, what is for you is for you because at that time, that is what you can handle. When you're ready, when it's your time, you will receive more. You have to trust in that and believe that. When the right time is ready, here comes your blessing. And you have to remember your blessing is not somebody else's. It's not what somebody else wants. It's not what somebody else can do. No, it's yours. And we have to learn to receive that. What is for you, and nobody can take it away. I'm telling you, people will try. People will imitate. People will try to duplicate, but nobody can be you. I'll say it again. Nobody can be you. Each and every one of us is made with different personalities, different kinds of gifts. Just being around different people gives you a different vibe. So we have to learn that what you are given, what is your talent, what is your gift, it's enough. And we have to start saying that every single day, I am enough. I am enough each and every day when I show up in this world. I am enough. I am worthy. I am strong enough to continue to go on. And we have to receive that because sometimes we don't feel that we are good enough. We don't feel, or we feel that we are going through too much, that this is too much. It's too much. I'm carrying too much. This is too much weight. This is too much burden. And you just want to give up. You just say, why try? Because nothing is working out for me. Well, we don't even understand that everything is being put in place. In the behind the scenes, we don't know what God is doing for us. He's shifting, he's removing certain people, he's putting certain things in place. So sometimes we have to be patient and learn to trust the process. And that's not easy. It's not easy to trust the process because we feel we just want things when we want it because we're impatient as human beings. We don't want to wait. We want what we want when we want it. And we see other people receiving things and we want to receive like them. There's nothing wrong with wanting to receive, but you have to remember that it has to be right for you. It has to fit into the mold and the gel of your life. It has to go along with where you're going to be in the future. You see, God knows all of that, but we don't know that. We don't even know what will happen in an hour, in a month, in a week, in a year. We don't know any of those things. So we have to learn to be patient, to trust the process, and to just keep moving forward because we don't want to block what God has for us by impatience, by trying to rush things before it's time. We don't want to do that because there's something right now today that you need to learn. What is it? We have to learn to ask God, what is it that I haven't learned yet? What is it that you want from me? What do you want for me to do so that I can be able to receive the blessing that is for me in the future? We have to remember that God gives each and every one of us free will. He gives us the ability to make our own choices. We don't serve a God who's harsh and mean and cruel and is a dictator and tells us we have to do this, and this. No, He gives us choices. We can make a choice every day whether we want to serve God or not. It's a choice. We're free to do that. But we also have to learn that we have to learn to be patient and trust in the process of what He has for us in the future. So we have to understand that there is something that we have to learn. Good morning, James. Happy Friday. We have to learn to trust in the process that God has for us. What does God have for you? What does God have for me? This is the question that we have to ask ourselves. What does God have for me? What does He want for me to do? And are you listening? Are you being obedient? See, that's the hardest part. We want what we want, but we don't always become obedient. So many times God has told us that we need to do things, but we don't listen. It's for our own benefit. It is for your benefit when you listen to what God has for you. Will you obey God today? Will you obey God and will you listen to what He has to say to you? See, it's in the obedience that we receive blessings. You know, sometimes it's because we continue to trust God. We have to continue to trust Him. Good morning, fam. Hey, J Luck. Happy Friday. Friday blessings to you. Thank you so much for being here. Sometimes it's in that obedience, just being obedient and trusting in the process, trusting in what God has for us. And that is so hard. That is so hard for us to trust in the process that God has for us because we don't see and we don't know what's happening, and we want what we want when we want it, and we don't want to wait. We want our blessing right here and right now. No, we have to be patient and wait. Because when God fixes something, He fixes it the right way. He doesn't just throw us something. He wants to give you the best. So in this moment, to get blessings, we have to learn patience. We have to learn trust. We have to strengthen our own mind and our own heart to be ready. That's the point. To receive blessings in the future, we have to be ready. Are you ready for what it is to come? Are you ready to be able to receive what is the will of God for you? Are you ready? I know so many times for myself, I always say, I'm ready, I want it. But then, when it comes, you say, oh God, I'm not ready. So work on what you need to become in the future in order to be able to receive. To be able to manifest, keep manifesting, keep believing and trusting in the process. I know it's not easy. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to be patient. We don't want to wait. We're very impatient as human beings, very impatient. And God knows that. God knows that we are impatient. He knows that we don't want to wait. We want what we want when we want it. But we have to believe and know that better things is to come for us. Better is coming for you. But keep on trusting God. Keep on doing the right thing. And I know sometimes we see other people getting and doing things, but you have to receive this as well. You don't know what somebody else did to get what they had. And I think sometimes that is something behind the scenes that we need to learn to take that in as well. You don't know all the times that person stayed up late at night, they took on an extra job, they did X, Y, and Z, the sacrifices that that person made to be able to achieve what they have. Nobody knows somebody else's behind the scenes, behind closed doors, all the sacrifices that somebody else made. You can't receive what somebody else has because that's not your blessing. Stand still and receive what blessing God has for you. Don't look to um somebody else's blessings. Work on achieving your own. Work on achieving what God has for you. That's what I want you to say today. I am going to take on what God has for me. I receive my blessing. I receive it. And whatever it is that I need to learn, teach me, oh God. Teach me, oh God. We have to become teachable. We have to be like children. We know that children are the most open. They keep their heart open. They forgive easily. And that's why in the Bible, Jesus referred to children like that. They're very open. They allow themselves to be vulnerable. They forgive freely. So we have to imitate children and be like them. Forgive easily. Forgive. Let go. Imitate the children. Don't think that things are just going to come to us. Things take sacrifice, hard work. And when the time is here, you will receive it. But don't block your blessings. Don't block what God has started. And I know sometimes that we may want to do something and we kind of hold ourselves back from doing something because of fear, thinking we're not good enough or we're comparing ourselves to other people. Don't do that. Do not do that. Use whatever you have. Remember, if you are worthy to God, you are worthy to other people. I'll say it again. If you are worthy to God, you are worthy to other people. We have to learn to fix and heal our inner wounds where we feel we're inconsistent, where the doubt and the fear bubble up in us and try to come to the surface. It tries to come to the surface and holds us back from doing things. Don't hold back because of fear. Whenever you're afraid of something, that's when you need to go ahead and do it. Don't hold back because of lack of knowledge. I know I'm speaking to myself. Don't hold back because lack of knowledge, because sometimes we may say, I don't know how to do that. So then you don't do it. Why not go and research? Why not mentor somebody else who is doing it? Why not learn from other people? Don't say you can't. We have to learn to remove can't, won't, shouldn't, all of those things from our vocabulary. It is not a part of being able to receive blessings. We can't receive if we're always saying, I can, I won't, all of those things. We have to remove that from our vocabulary. We have to learn to be open and we have to learn to trust the process that God has for you. Are you going to trust the process God has for you? I feel like I need to say it again because there's somebody right now who is not trusting the process that God has for them. Don't worry. Do not hold back. Remember, He is God. He is worthy. He is able. He can do anything that He wants to do. We have to remember He is not human. God can do anything. He can remove all kinds of blockages in front of us. He can remove the blockage, but we can't keep putting it back. We can't keep putting it back. God removes things and we put it back. Or we ask God and we pray and we say, remove this from me. And then we go and we put it back. So in trusting God, we have to keep ourselves open that we can say, okay, I'm scared, but we can't hold back from doing what God has blessed. And we have to remember that each and every one of us has blessings, each one of us, but we cannot hold back our blessings because of fear. Don't let fear from the outside come inside. Yes, Jay, look, fear does hold us back. And it's a big thing, fear. It can cripple you. Fear can do two things. Fear can push you forward or fear can hold you back. Fear can push you forward or fear can hold you back. It's a personal choice. Which one do you choose? Are you going to choose to step out on faith, or are you going to start doubting? Don't doubt the abilities of God. God can do anything. He can remove and he can give you anything that you need to be given that is giving you that fear. God can fill in those gaps. He can fill in. Good morning, Anita. Happy Friday. Friday blessings to you. Thank you so much for being here. We have to remember that God can fill in anything, any fear, any doubt, any wound, anything that you're carrying, any burden, any struggle, the things that you have not even told anybody else about. God can do and be that. Remember that. God can be anything that you need him to be. He can fill in. He can give you the ability to make changes, especially the scary ones. He can give you the strength. He can give you courage. Sometimes that is the hardest thing. We want to do something, but because of fear and doubt and lack of courage. Remember that God can give that. He can fill that in. He can give you courage. He can give you strength. He can give you power. But you have to be able to take it and receive it and believe and trust in that process. Trust in that. That I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to walk in faith today. I'm going to walk in faith. And it is scary. It is scary to step out there when you don't know your next step. You don't know what you're going to do. But he can fill in, and he can be that. He can be that. But you have to trust him. You have to trust him. You have to trust God. He can deliver you. He can deliver you from anything that you have going on in your mind, in your heart, physically, spiritually, financially. There's so many people out there right now that don't know where their next meal is going to come from. They don't know how they're going to pay their next bill. Or you're dealing with a health problem and just pain is just every single day. People are dealing with so much, but trust me, that does not stop the blessing. That does not stop your blessings. You have to remember that God can remove, or he can become anything that you need him to be. Do you hear that? He can be anything you need him to be. So if you're fearful, Ask God to remove the fear. If you need more courage, say, God, give me more courage. You need to be stronger. God, make me strong. If you don't think that you're smart enough, you don't think that you have the ability, He can do and be that for you. He can fill in until you can receive it and become it. Know that. Know that He can fill in any gap or void in our life until we receive it and believe it. Receive and believe the process that God has for you. The blessing is yours, but I know so many times the blessing is right there, but we fail to reach out and receive it. Do you receive what God has for you? Do you receive it? And are you using your talents to the full? Are you using them? Remember just how a talent is given, it can be taken away. He doesn't want to waste if you're not going to use it. He can take it away. So don't block the blessings that God has for you. He has something for you. Each and every one of us, He has something for us, not for somebody else, for each and every one of us. We have to remember that God knows us by name, each and every one of us. He knows our talents, He knows our weaknesses, He knows our strength. Remember, God knows you. He knows you. He knows who you are. He knows where you have come from. He knows what you have dealt with. But you have to trust Him. You have to trust Him that He can fix, heal, and strengthen you. Do you receive that today? He can give you courage when you lack it. He can give you faith when you lack faith. We have to ask God, say, give me more faith. Give me more strength. Give me more courage. Give me wisdom so that I can make wise choices. We have to ask for things in order to receive it. Even though God knows us, we have to tell Him what we need. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to tell Him what is honestly going on with us. It's never too much. It's never too much to keep asking until it is time for us to receive. Remember that and know that He can give you anything it is that you need. What do you need today? What do you need to receive? Ask Him for that and have full faith that He can give it to you. But you have to be ready to be able to see when you have received your blessing. And we have to remember that we can block our blessings with negativity daily. Are you a negative person? When something is happening to you and for you, are you ready to receive it? Or do you say, I don't want it, or I'm not ready? So many times we push things away and say, I'm not ready for it. I'm afraid. I'm scared. I'm fearful. I doubt. No, it's better. Trust the process. If you're given something, it's for a reason. Sometimes we may not understand the reason, and you don't always have to know why. Maybe in the future, you'll find out why certain things happened to you, why you were given certain things. But right now, just trust the process and walk in it and receive it. Because in order to receive more blessings, we have to trust the blessings that we have right now. Have you thanked God today for your blessings? Have you thanked Him? You know, appreciation is one of the only things really that we can give God besides our faith and our time. We have to show appreciation, show gratitude. Have you told God, thank you? Thank you today for what you have given me. Thank you for who you have made me. Thank you for what you have brought me through and over, and what you have done for me. Each and every one of us has had things that may have seemed insurmountable, things that you thought that it's impossible for me to get through it. But here you are. You made it. You made it. That is something that you can thank God for. Thank God for that. Thank Him that He got you through those difficult times. Thank you for the strength. Thank you for the power. Now it's time for you to be able to use the blessing, use your talent, use your gift that you have to bless others. Use your blessing to bless others, and that's how you receive more. You know, it's a cycle. The more you trust, the more you trust in the process, the more you strengthen your will and your desire to use your talents and your gift. Now you receive more, and then you get back more, and then you get more. That's how it is in life. The more you receive it and use it, is the more that you're going to keep getting. Sometimes that's the reason why some people don't receive blessings, maybe like you or somebody else, because when they have their blessings, they're really stingy with their blessings. They hold back from sharing their talents and their gifts with others. What you know, who you are, don't be afraid to share that with other people. It's okay. You can't stop people from judging you. That's just something that humans do. People just judge. That's what they do. They're very good at judging you, but it does not matter. It doesn't matter if anybody accepts you, really. You just keep walking in your talents and your gifts and your blessing. You keep using what you have. Use it. Don't allow the negativity from the outside. Boy, does it hurt sometimes. When people will say things, it will cut you. It cuts down deep into your heart, and it hurts your feelings. It's not that we're not human. We are human beings, and we have feelings. So it does hurt when people say things, when people talk about you behind your back. But it does not stop who you are. Just because somebody says something to you, it does not stop who you are inside. Remember, nobody can change what is inside who you are. Just pray for those people. They may be going through a hard time, but don't allow the negativity from other people to hurt you so much that you hold back your talents. Don't believe in the lies from other people. Other people will tell you you can't do something because they don't know how to do it, because that blessing was not given to them. A lot of times people are just jealous of what you possess. They want what you have, but they can't have it. They can't have it because they can't be you. Only you can be you. This is when a smile should be on your face. Nobody can be me. Nobody can be you. Remember, who you are is always good enough. Who you are is always good enough. You are talented. Use your talent to bless not only yourself, but to bless other people. And I know that it's so difficult. It's so hard to block out when people are negative. It's so hard to block out when people say cruel and mean things. But you have to block it out, because if you don't, you are going to block your blessings. Your strength comes from your will and your desire to constantly Encourage yourself. Encourage your own mind. That's why affirmations are so important. It's so important to constantly affirm in your mind who you are, where you have been, what you have gone through. Other people only see who you are today. They only see the person you are today, but they don't know about your past. They don't know about your hills and your valleys and your struggles and all of the tears that you have cried. They don't know about the times where all the tears that you cried on your pillow, all the time when you were on your knees about a struggle. They don't know about all of those things. They don't know about all the times where you didn't know where your next meal was going to come from or how you were going to pay this bill or a certain difficulty in your life. Other people don't know about that and what you have been through and who you and the hills and valleys you have overcome. People only know who you are today, and that's okay. But people will judge you by the success that you have right now, and they don't know about all the times where you sacrificed. They don't know that. Nobody tells them that. They're just jealous of who you are today, and that's okay. You can't stop people from being jealous, but use what other people have said, the things that people talk about you, things that people say behind your back. Use it as motivation. Use that negativity to motivate you. Sometimes the people who are the haters are the people who cause you to bless yourself even more. Bless yourself, you know? Use what somebody else has, use that negativity and turn it into a positive. Turn that negativity into a positive. It's a shift. You have the ability to shift all circumstances in your life. Whatever you don't like, change it. Whatever you don't like, change it. That's the most remarkable thing about humans, about the human brain. Whatever you're thinking, you can change it. You don't have to believe the negativity. You can change it to a positive. I am fearless. Don't allow when the fear comes to you. When the fear comes to you, change that fear to fearless. Change the weak to strong. It's a shift. You can shift all circumstances. You can shift everything in your mind. All the pain that you have been through, you can use that pain to motivate you. I have been through this, and this is my motivation behind what I do. Don't let your past block your future. Don't let your past block your future. Use it as motivation. Because I went through that, now I can get this. That's how you have to do it. Yes, we are strong and fearless. We have to remember that. We're made by God. We're not made by human beings. God made us, so that means He knows everything about us. He knows how we tick. He knows how our mind works. He knows when we get discouraged. He knows that. He knows we get discouraged and we feel down sometimes. It's okay. He knows that, but have you told Him? Have you told Him, I'm discouraged. I'm feeling down. I'm doubting myself. I don't feel strong enough. Give me more faith. Give me courage. Help me to believe in myself more. Whatever that you are dealing with today, know that you can get through it. You can overcome because the blessing is there for you. The blessing is there for you. But sometimes you have to learn to trust the process. You have to learn to do certain things in order for Him to give you what is ahead in the future. Sometimes he's waiting for you. He's waiting for you to make a decision. He's waiting for you to move forward and step out on faith and try something. If you don't overcome that fear, you're never going to receive that next blessing. You got to step out there and try something new. Try to do something you've never done. Maybe it's something that only you know about, something that you've been wanting to do, something that you've been holding back, something that you've been doubting your ability in that. Trust me, God knows that. He knows you're holding back. He knows that. But when you step forward in faith and try anyways, that's all that matters, is that you try and you keep trying. You keep trying and you don't give up. Don't give up easy. Don't give up easy. We have to keep on trying. And it's okay if we don't always make it. Sometimes you don't make it. Sometimes you fail at things. It's okay. It's okay to fail because that means that you tried. The people who never try anything, they don't receive certain successes and certain blessings because they allow the fear and the doubt and listening to other people who are negative and listening to people who never have anything. Let's talk about that. Why do we as humans listen to people who give bad advice? They don't even know what they're talking about. When you look at their life, do you know some people like that who always give advice and they don't know what they're talking about? They don't have anything. It's like they want to give advice about money, but they never have any money. They want to give you advice about certain things that they don't have. They always want to tell you that you can't do something, but they never try to do anything. We have to learn to stop taking bad advice as well and stop believing it. That's a big one. We have to stop believing the things that's not true. Sometimes people just flat out tell us that something is not for us, and it is. And that's when you have to tell people, this was a talent. This is what was given to me by God, and nothing can stop what God has started. I got to put that in the chat to let you guys, whoever is watching on the replay, know that. Nobody can stop what God has started. And that gets me through so many hard times, hard days, when I want to give up, when I just feel fearful, when I doubt, when my past keeps bubbling up to the surface. You have to remember that nobody can stop what God has started. Nobody. Nobody can stop what God has started. And I know other people, sometimes they may mean well. Some people from the past, they may mean well when they say, that's not a good idea, or you shouldn't do that. But trust me when I say that. Nobody can stop what God has started. Because until God is ready for something to end, it won't. So it doesn't matter what somebody else may say to you, what somebody else may do. Nobody can stop what God has started. And I know sometimes that we doubt. We just say, I can't do this. This is too much for you. Correct. It's too much for you, but it is not too much for God. We have to receive that as well. There's a lot of things that may be too much for us. There is nothing too hard, too difficult, too heavy for God. Know that. Nothing is too difficult for him. Yes, those difficult days. Yes, J Luck. Those are some difficult days. Some you ever have those days when you just don't even want to get out of the bed. You just want to pull the covers back over your head and just say, "Not today. I can't do today. Today is too hard." I have many of those when I'm going through my days when I'm missing all of the people that have passed on and I just want them back and I miss them. And I just say, not today. I can't handle today. Today is too much for me. And that's when I have to roll upon my way. I have to use the faith and the strength of God. And that's what you have to do sometimes when you're not able to do something. You have to use the strength that comes from God. Sometimes we don't have the power, we don't have the strength, and it's okay. We have to learn that we can use God's Spirit, we can use His power. He can give us that, but you have to believe it and know it, that you can receive it. See, before, when my power was weak, before my light was dim, I didn't know that. I always thought that I couldn't do things. Yes, there's some things I can't do, but guess what? But God can. Ha! But God can. He can do some things that are impossible for you to do as a human being. But God can. Yes, that got me through so many days when I felt just the weight of the world, the weight of my heart is just too heavy. And it's okay. So that's when you roll upon your way. You give it to God. Let God be your stronghold. Give it all to Him. So don't block your blessings. Don't block your blessings and hold back. Don't do that. You're trying to stop what God has started. And what He's given to you, do you know how amazing that is? Do you know how amazing it is that when God gives you His Spirit and His power and give you courage, when He removes obstacles from your path? And there's so many times we don't even know that God is working things out for us. We don't even realize that. God is giving you His Spirit. God is giving you courage. He's giving you His power. And yet you're doubting and having fear, saying, I don't think I can do it. You better go ahead and do it. Go ahead and believe it. Know that you can do all things. You can, because you're not alone. And I think that is what a lot of people don't realize. They hold back from doing things because they don't know that God has their back. He has the ability to allow you to conquer anything, to be victorious over anything, anyone, any situation. That's why I always say, you are victorious. That's one of my favorite sayings. It's one of my channel sayings, just like the other one. It was Boss Life Online worked on it with me, and I came up, both of us came up together with the saying, just know it, just breathe it, and be it. Because I'll tell you guys, there's so many things that you can know, and you just don't want to be it. You're just not able to receive that. But you can receive it because it's for you. But you have to believe that first. When I feel I don't have the energy to go on, I always remember that there is a higher calling whom I'm trying to see one day and hear him say, "Well done." That's right, Anita. We have to trust the process for our lives. And just, we have days, sometimes months, sometimes years of our lives where we just go through a hard time period, where you're just struggling every single day. But the sun will shine again. But you can claim victory over your circumstance, because you have to remember you are not your circumstance. When I was going through therapy and I heard that, it was like changed my life. Even if everybody around you is negative, even if nobody believes in your hopes and your dreams, you have to know you are not your circumstance. You're not defined by who you're around or who you're with. It doesn't matter if you're in a relationship, you're not in a relationship. You are not defined by other people. You are defined by you. You're defined by your personality, your character, your actions. That's what you have to receive. And that was so difficult for me to be able to take that in. That while we want other people in our lives and while we love other people, we have to remember that we are important. And you can stand alone in your power and be okay. You are okay by yourself. You are okay. You don't need other people. While we love to be around other people, yes, you love to be around other people. That's a wonderful blessing to have other people to enhance your life. But you are okay all on your own, in your own right, because you are enough. Whew. When I received that I was enough just by myself, that's when I started to feel so much better. It's not something that is taught to you from you're a child, that you're okay in your own right. You're okay in your own being. You don't need somebody else to be enough. You are enough on your own. You are victorious. You are strong. You are able. That's more things that we have to learn to feed not only ourselves, but we have to feed that into the minds and hearts of everybody we love. That you're enough, you're worthy, you're strong, you're able, you're capable, all of it. So receive that. And anybody who has been through a hard time, or anybody who is going through a hard time, or anybody who's dealing with grief, know you're not alone. You're not alone in it. And that's one of the things that the devil, he wants to use discouragement. If he can get you in other ways, he wants to discourage you. He wants to make you feel just low. He wants to try to make you feel isolated. He gives you those feelings of doubt, and nobody cares about you and nobody loves you. And he just wants you to wallow in that self-pity and just hang your head low. Sit in the room in the dark, lick your own wounds and feel sorry for yourself because nobody cares about you. It's a lie. God cares about you and loves you. And there's many people out there, people you don't even know, who are praying for your strength, praying for your fortitude, praying for you to use your abilities and your blessings. Don't waste those prayers. I know every day somebody's praying for me. And I don't want to use my talents and my gifts. So use your talents and your gifts and your blessings to encourage yourself. Encourage yourself. Know that you can do anything because you have the ability to do so. You have the ability to do so. And if you just think about that and pause on that for a moment, When you just say, I am enough. Have you said that to yourself today? I am enough. Whatever it is that you're going through today, yesterday, and in the future, claim that today. I am enough for any situation, any circumstance, any problem, any difficulty. Know you are enough. So receive that. I am enough. I am worthy. I am strong enough. I have the ability. So when you know you have the ability to do something, use what you have. Use your talents and your gifts and your abilities each and every day. Use them. It was given to you. It's not given to somebody else. Use your talents, your gifts, your abilities, and your blessings to move forward and progress. It doesn't matter who believes in your hopes and your dreams. It does not matter. It's irrelevant. Who cares? And stop listening to the negativity from other people, because they're going to say the same. People who say the same, people who always doubt, people who always give the negativity, those negative Nancy's, those doubters, those haters. You leave them there and you keep going and you keep progressing, because you have to know that better is there for you. But you have to believe it. If you stay in the doubt and the fear and you never try and you never move forward and you don't progress and do things new and step outside of the box, you have to keep going. You must keep going. And in that, you have to leave some people behind, because some people with their negativity, with their everything, trying to do things to break your spirit. Do not let people break your spirit. They can only do that if you allow them. They can only do it if you allow them. Yes, Anita, encourage yourself each day. God gives you breath. There's so many people out here that don't even understand that. Every day you're alive is a new day for you to be able to use your talents, to be able to receive your gifts, to show appreciation to God. Show appreciation to God for what you have, for who you are, for what you have been through. Yes, receive that. I am enough. I am enough for any situation or whatever comes my way. I had to say that for maybe about 8 months before I believed it. It's not that you just say it and you believe it right away, especially when you're going through a hard time. I had to keep saying that to myself. I am enough. I am strong enough by myself. I don't need anyone. Just like you came into this world alone, you can handle things alone. You can. Yes, you have to pray for people and move on. You can't keep hoping and wishing that people will be there for you and be there with you. Some of those people you have to leave behind and move on so that you can receive some blessings. Because some people, I will tell you that, some people will block your blessings. They will. Some people will block your blessings. They will stop your blessings because some people are just not good company. They're not a good association. They're not good for you. They're toxic, actually. All they ever do is take from you. They break your spirit. They don't allow you to grow, to proliferate, to strengthen, to multiply. You need people like that around you, people who are doing things, people who are trying. People who have a positive attitude, that's who you need to be around. And you got to stay away, right, Anita? You got to stay away from the negative Nancys and the doubting Thomases. Because, boy, will they try to tell you you can't, and you won't, and you never will. You ever hear that all the time? Oh, boy. Something else. Don't listen to them. Yep. Yep. That's what you have to do. You got to keep your head all the way up. Keep your head all the way up. And that's what's going to help you to keep going. And that's what's going to help you to be stronger. You can be stronger, but to get stronger, you have to remove the negative people from your life. You have to. You can't keep being around the negative and wonder why you're not in a forward progression, an elevation. Those are the people who are holding you down. They're weakening you. They're weakening your faith. They're causing you to doubt. So you don't need people around you that are going to cause you to doubt. You need people who are going to encourage you to keep going, to keep trying, to keep whatever it is that you want to do, that you can do that and you can be that. That's what you need, not somebody who's always on the low. Don't we all know people like that who never have two nickels to rub together, always asking you for $1? I'm not saying that people don't have problems. I'm not saying that. Everybody has times where they struggle for a while. But if that's your entire life, if they never try, they never try. Just like I know a few people, and they supposedly have been trying for 7 years to get a job. 7 years. In the beginning, you do things for them here and there, but in the end, it's up to that person. You have to want to do something. You have to want to improve. You have to want to do better. You have to want to try. That's the thing. Some people don't want to try. Some people just want it easy. They want somebody else to do all of the work and then they get to benefit. Yeah. You have to stay away from them. Yes, you said it, Anita. Some people pray for your downfall. I know we don't like to look at things that way. But some people do not want you to succeed. They want you to fail. And you know why they want you to fail? So that they can laugh about you, so that they can talk about your back, behind your back, so that they can tell everybody, see, I told you they wouldn't do it. See, I told you they wouldn't make it. They can laugh at you. And then in your face, they're going to be, hey, how you doing? It's so good to see you. Hypocrisy. But there are also people who will tell you to your face. Those are the bold ones. Those are the bold ones. And it's okay. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about the people that you can't change. You can never change somebody who doesn't want to change themselves. And that's something that I had to learn. I had to learn because I'm on a forward plane. I'm trying to improve. I want to be better and do better. The things that I did in the past that was not right, I'm trying to change that. I ask for forgiveness. I'm trying to be a better person. But they want to stay in the same. They don't want to change. They don't want to do better. They don't want to learn new things and try new things. And I can't stay there. So there's sometimes that you have to learn that some people are seasonal people in your life. They are seasonal people. Some people just came to teach you something. And when they teach you that, it's time for them to go. And there are people who are supposed to be in your life for a lifetime. You have people who are just there for a period of time. So you have to find out what kind of person are they in your life. Not everybody who comes into your life is supposed to stay in your life. I had to learn that in my adulthood. We think that some people are always supposed to be, just because they come in your life they stay. No, some people are only there for a season. So you have to find out, what season are they to you? Are they a forever season? They're meant to come and stay? Are they here to teach you something? Are they here to get you through a certain time period and then it's time for them to go? But you have to realize that. And there are some people that, you think that they're good for you, but there are also people who you outgrow. And it's not showing off, because I've been told that is showing off. Before we were good enough for you and now we're not. That's what a negative person says. That's what somebody says who doesn't believe in themselves. No. When you want better for yourself, you do better. Do you want better for your life? Then you have to show by your actions. It's putting in the hard work. Things just don't come to you. You have to work hard. You have to sacrifice. You have to learn things. You have to keep trying. You try, you fail, you succeed, you take one step forward, you take 3 steps back, but you keep going. So the same thing with friends or other people. That if you don't see them doing any growing, if they're only there to use you, that means you've outgrown them and it's time to cut the cord. Cut the cord and move on. And don't feel guilty about it. Say, wish them the best. But it's time for you to move forward. It's time for me to do better for my life. I know that's for somebody. You have to want better for yourself. But do you want better for yourself? Thank you, Rochelle. Sometimes we don't want good for ourselves. We have to be ready to receive that. You have to be ready to receive better. Are you ready to receive better? Sometimes we're not, but you have to be in that headspace. I am ready to receive better. I want better. I want to do better. I believe I can be better. It all starts in your mind. And then in your mind, you take that in and you believe it, you walk in it, and you receive that. So if you want to receive that, there's no way that you can be around the negativity from other people. You have to put people in the right place. There are some people that on the job, they're just meant for you to work with them, but they're not meant to be your friends. They're not meant to be people that you move forward with. They're just a person there for that purpose. When that purpose is served, then you move on. Are we willing to get up and put in the work, in actions that God can move in your life? Whew, Anita, that's a strong statement right there. Are we willing to get up and put in the hard work? That's just something that some people are not willing to do. They're not willing to put in the hard work. They don't want to put in the hard work. Let's just say it. Some people are just lazy. They They want somebody else to do the hard work, and then they want to come and they want to take it. But whatever is meant for you is meant for you, and nobody can take what is meant for you. Because when God opens the door for you, He's going to close it when He wants to close it, and they can't come in. So don't worry about I used to worry about that all the time, when people would take my ideas, when people would do things and not give me credit, and I would get mad all the time. But now I don't care, because nobody can be you. Nobody can do what you do. Nobody can receive your talents. Nobody can use your talents. Nobody can speak the way you speak. Nobody has your spin on it and your zest for life. Because nobody does not have your circumstance like you. So they don't have the motivation and the oomph behind it like you do. They're not you. So whoever it is that is not receiving that, don't worry about the people who are trying to do X, Y, and Z. They're not you. They can't be you, because the blessing is meant for you. It's not meant for them. The blessing is meant for you to receive. The blessing is meant for you to receive. So receive that blessing, and you keep going, and you keep doing what it is that you're supposed to do. And don't make any excuses. I think that's one of the biggest things. Being a human being, we'll make excuses really quick. I'm tired. It's not a good day. This happened, that happened. I don't have the finances. Blah, blah, blah. Can't we make up excuses all day long about every and anything? We can. We keep making excuses. We make excuses. I'm too this. Because that's what we get from society. Society tells us we're either you're too dark skinned, or you're too light skinned, or you're not in this, and you're too fat, or you're too skinny, you're not tall enough, you're too short, you're always too something in this world. That's where we get that from. You're always too something. But you have to remember all of that. Block that out. You are enough. You can do it. You have to keep believing in you. You have to keep believing in you, because nobody can give you that until you're ready to receive it. Are you ready to receive what God has for you? You have to be ready to receive that. Nobody can give you that. Nobody can make you ready. You just have to be ready. You have to be ready to be obedient. You have to be ready to carry through. You have to be ready to make your action show by the decisions that you make. That's how your blessings keep coming in. It keeps coming in, because no matter what comes at you, you are going to keep being faithful. Keep being faithful. Keep being loyal. Keep trusting. Yes, we have to keep encouraging one another. You know, guys, about, I would say, May of last year, I was going to delete my channel. I really was. And I called Boss Life Online. And I said, Gio, I can't do it anymore. It was right after my brother had passed away. And it just felt like too much. It felt like way too much. Like I had already lost my mom, my dad, my auntie, my uncle, and then here comes my brother is gone too. It was just too much for me. So I just said, I said, I'm not getting the views that I want. Nobody even watches my channel. And she said, don't do that. She said, you just keep doing you and listening to what you're supposed to do. Don't compare yourself, because at the time, I think I was trying to do things like other people. So I said, I'm going to stay in the zone. I'm going to keep being loyal. I'm going to keep trusting the process. And I turned around and started making content that I enjoyed. I stopped looking at the content other people were making, and I started doing things that made me happy. Do you know that's when my views started going up? That's when everything started increasing because I started learning to trust the process that God had for me. And I ask for you to do the same. Trust the process that God has for you and to do things that you are supposed to do, not in comparison with another person or looking what somebody else has and what somebody else is doing. Do what you are supposed to be doing and do it your way. Yes, Anita, I really wanted to give up. I really did. And that was May last year, May of 2020. And I just was so hurt after my brother passed away. I was so hurt. And I just wanted to I just said, forget the channel. I said, nobody is watching anyways. Nobody does not care about this channel. Nobody's watching anyways, because at the time I was probably getting 20 or 30 views per video. And I was like, what's the point of putting in all this work and editing just to get 30 views? So I took 2 weeks off to decide what I wanted to do. And then when I came back, I said, you know what? I said, I see that people enjoy my story times, people enjoy my vlogs, and people enjoy my relationship Thursday topics. So that's what I'm going to do. So anybody, I said that to encourage somebody, not to do what is popular on YouTube, because that's when you're trying to be like somebody else. That's when you're trying to be what you're not. Do something outside of the box, maybe that nobody else is doing here on YouTube. And do it in your own way. Do it in a way that people would like, you know? Do something that's encouraging. That's always going to give you blessings when you step outside of the box to encourage someone else. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Yeah, that's the thing, Anita. The right people will come. That's what I had to learn. Whoever is supposed to get the message will get the message. Whoever is there. But I'm going to give up, and I claim that one day my channel, I'll have 10,000 subscribers. And when I put up a video in a few days, I'll get 1,000 views. Anything over that would be great. But right now, I really want to see that. I want to put up a video and see 1,000 views. And I would be exactly where I want to be. But I'm manifesting it. I'm putting it out in the atmosphere, and I claim that I will receive 1,000 views. I know it will happen for me one day, but I am grateful for the 50, 100, 150 views that I get now. And I know one day it will come, but I'm just going to keep being faithful and loyal. I'm going to keep encouraging, building, motivating everybody that I come in contact with. And I allow myself to be vulnerable. I know it's not meant for everybody, but I love that I am able to open up my heart and teach something that maybe I wish that somebody had taught me when I was growing up. And I'm going to be adding some of those to my Relationship Thursday topics, some lessons that I have been through. And I want to teach, if I can save somebody some heartache, if I can save somebody some pain, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to bless somebody. I want to teach somebody, especially the younger women or the younger men. I want to teach them some things that maybe your parents or somebody else is too afraid to say. And I have a heavy relationship Thursday topic coming up this coming Thursday. It's just something that's been on my heart that I want to share with you guys. And I think it's important. I think it's important to teach, to encourage, to motivate, and the right people will come. So I'm not going to worry about that anymore. I'm just going to keep walking in the talent and the gift that God has given me. And I claim that for each and every one of you. Keep walking in what God has for you. And don't listen to what somebody else may do and may say. Don't worry about that. Thank you, Anita. Yes, I want to motivate and encourage the younger generation. I have some videos that I want to make, some things that I was not taught as a little girl, and it maybe some people may dislike it, thumbs it down, but it's something that I feel that needs to be said. And if I only get 10 people viewing it, maybe it's 10 people who will learn. So I've been praying about it, and I'm just going to open up myself and start putting those type of videos out. And I pray that my opening my heart will teach somebody a lesson, teach them something, encourage somebody. You never know who you can bless, because when you bless others, you bless yourself. That is what I look for the few that come and listen right now. That's because we speak of God Almighty. If we were messing channel, they would come. Oh yeah, if you were talking about other people, they would come. But I'll never stray from the path He has put me on. That's right, J Love. That's why it's so important to be authentic. Just be authentic, and whatever happens, happens. And I have something that I've been praying about, and in the future, if it gets blessed, if God blesses it, then I'm going to share it with you guys. But yeah, just keep going and be encouraged, everybody, and keep your head up. Keep your head up, because I know that these are trying times, and it's trying people. I said trying and trifling out there, who try to come for you, and they'll come for you and try to mess you up, to ruin your life, ruin your reputation. But I always say, whoever knows you, they're not going to believe the lie. They won't believe it. And it's okay. And if they do believe it, that means that they were never your friend to start with. So don't worry about those. Don't worry about those that don't support you. You don't need them anyways. You need the people who are going to encourage you, motivate you, support you, all of that. Because I went through a dark period in my life. I just feel like opening up and sharing this with you guys. I went through a really dark period in my life from the age of 13, from about 13 to about 24. I went through a really dark period. I would say about 10 years of my life where I was in a really dark period. And it was all because I didn't love myself. I didn't feel that anybody loved me and cared about me. And the devil definitely was attacking me, because if you don't know who you are and what you want, if you don't know who you are and what you want, trust me, the devil will guide you. He will work. He works on that fear and that doubt, and he'll put things in your mind to make you feel you're unworthy, unloved, restricted, fearful, doubtful. He'll put all of that in your mind and just keep making it grow and proliferate. So you can't, I said that all to mean you can't let your situation Just because I was not receiving the love that I wanted, it didn't mean that the love wasn't inside of me. And I had to claim that for myself. So it's for somebody. This message is for somebody. Even if you did not receive love or you're not receiving love from other people in your life, you can claim your own love. You don't have to have love from other people. The only love that you need is the love that you have for yourself and the love that God has blessed you with. Okay? The love you have for yourself and the love that God has blessed you with. This is the only love that you need. Every other love is a gift and a blessing. If it comes, it comes. But if it doesn't stop who you are. It doesn't block who you are. It doesn't block where you're going. But the fear and the doubt will. So remove the fear and the doubt from your life. I'm so glad that God loves me enough to remove those fears and those doubts. And He allowed me to see myself, just to see myself, that I was enough. He fed that into me and He poured that love into me until I believed it myself. So whoever is not claiming their love today, I ask for you to receive the love inside of yourself and to pour it into your heart and your mind, knowing that you are deserving. You have to pour that love into yourself until your cup is filled up. Fill up that cup with love for yourself. Trust me, when you don't love yourself, people are going to use that. People see that. People see when you don't love yourself, and they'll use you because they know you doubt your abilities and because you don't know who you are. So don't use all of that. Walk in the love that God has for you because He does. He loves you, and you have to love yourself. Love yourself today. That is my message today and every day. Love yourself because you're enough. And I feel sad for all of the kids all around the world that never feel the love from a family. My heart breaks for them because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to not feel loved. I know what it feels like to be in a house full of people, but to feel alone. To feel alone with a lot of people, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, awful feeling. It's just a darkness around you and inside of your heart. But break free from those moles. Break free from them. You can free your mind from it because it does not matter who is negative around you. The only one that you have to worry about is yourself. Even if they are negative, you can be positive. You can be victorious over your situation. You can be positive. You can uplift and encourage yourself. You have to start by saying, I am enough today and I am worthy and I'm going to have the best day because I deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve love. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to claim your love. So claim it and receive it today. This is all for all my brothers and my sisters out there and the entire world that did not get enough love to fill up their cup. You can fill up your cup and claim your love today. You can heal those wounds in your heart from the past, from your childhood. You can heal that. You have to say, whatever happened in the past, the adult me is here and the adult me has got it. It's okay. Whatever happened to you, those situations happened so that I can stand here today as a stronger man or woman. As a stronger man and woman, you are here today. What a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to look back from the past and see who you were and now stand who you are today. Who you are today is a strong man, a strong woman, a conqueror, victorious, able, and worthy. What a blessing to receive. What a blessing. You are a blessing. So use that blessing, what you have been through. Teach somebody, encourage somebody. Maybe if you weren't able to be able to have or do something, now are you reaching back to the youth and giving them what you did not receive? That's how you receive more blessings. Now I'm reaching back to the younger girls and saying, I've been there. This too shall pass. I know it does not feel like it, but there's going to be a day in the future where you're going to stand in front of somebody else just like I'm standing in front of you and tell you that I made it. So keep strong, keep holding on, claim victory over your struggle. Every single day you're alive, you are conquering something, and be proud of that. Be proud of what you have been through. Other people don't see your struggle. Other people don't know about all of that. I know about that loss in a lone place, like no one cares as a child into my younger adult life. But I have always held on to God's hand and the way He speaks to. I know, J Luck. See, you cling to your faith, J Luck. During that time when I was weak, I didn't believe in it. I didn't believe in that God loved me because I thought that if He loved me, He would have protected me from certain circumstances and situations. But God gives us certain obstacles and struggles in order for us to have certain lessons that we can help to teach somebody else, or that we can learn a lesson for us to be stronger in the future, for us to have certain fruitages. So everything is manifesting. Everything is a manifestation of who you need to be in the future. But you have to open up your eyes and see that I'm learning something. I have learned something. I have grown. I am better. What a blessing to say that and stand in that today, to say, I am better. I am not who I used to be. I'm stronger. I'm not weak. I love myself. I know God loves me. What a blessing to know that and receive it. So many people do not know that they are loved, that God loves them, that they have other people around the world that love them. Do you know that? Whatever you're going through, you have people praying for you right now to continue, to succeed, to be blessed, to be strong. We have to understand that and receive it. We have to understand and receive it. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing, Jayla. Sometimes when God speaks to us and tells us things, we don't listen. We don't listen because we're not patient, because we don't want to listen, just plain and simple. Sometimes we just don't want to listen because we don't think it's right. We're making judgments based on ourselves. We think that we can control our life, that we know what's best. But anytime you step outside of what God has for you, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So this is just to encourage somebody, that whatever it is that you're going through and you're doubting, you're fearful, you're in pain, you're hurting, your heart is broken. So many circumstances that people are going through. Reach out and give it to God. Pray to Him. Ask him for anything that you need. Say, oh God, I need you. Oh God, hear my prayer. Please listen to me. I'm pouring out my heart to you. You know what I need. Please listen to me. Hear your son or your daughter right now. We need you. So many people around the world need you. Please hear our prayer. Please protect and guide and strengthen, build and encourage. Please, please take care of all who love you, even the ones who don't love you. God lets the sun shine and rain on those, even those who don't believe and trust in him. That's the kind of loving God that he is. So in that, we have to learn to thank him, show some appreciation for who he is and what he has done for us. Yes, we have to thank God. And we have to also, in that, now that we have thanked God, what are you going to do about it? Who are you going to become? It's an amazing thing to finally know who you are, what you want to do, and where you're going. But now is the hard work to put it into the action. Are you going to let your actions speak now? I trust God. So now this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to walk in full faith, knowing that I can do everything because he can strengthen and encourage me. He strengthens and encourages us if we ask for it. Have you asked God for his spirit today? Ask him, then receive. Your blessing is right there waiting for you. It's right there. It's right there. But you have to be ready for it. You have to be ready for it. Be ready for it. Be ready to receive and claim it. Claim what God has for you and not somebody else. What does God have for you? What can he do for you? What kind of changes do you need to make? He can help you to make any changes in your life. If you're shy, he can help you to speak up. If you're not bold enough, he can give you boldness. He can give you courage. He can give you strength. He can help you to do anything that you need to do. But you have to know that and you have to ask for it. Ask for it and you shall receive. But you have to be ready for it. There is a saying, you have to be ready to be able to receive. So are you ready to be able to receive what you have in the future? You have to be ready today in the present to have future blessings. But are you ready? So don't get ready, stay ready. Always stay ready. Stay ready for what is to come. What is to come for you, not for anybody else. What is to come for you? What does God have for you? What can he do for you? What can he teach you? That's what you have to work on. That's what you have to work on and be. Don't let anybody disrupt your progress. Don't let anybody or anything, and even especially you, it's so difficult that we go back and forth. We say, I trust God. I don't know. I trust God. I don't know. I trust God. I don't know. I'm worthy. Maybe I'm worthy. I'm not fearful. I am fearful. We always go back and forth. It's it's up and down. It's like waves of the ocean. We have fears. We have doubts. We're human. We make mistakes. We don't make good decisions sometimes. But we have to keep going. You have to keep going. And don't worry about the mistakes. Don't worry about the things from the past. Don't worry about any of that. You have to let all of that go. Let it all go. Let it all go. It's going to be okay. We have to stop beating up ourselves. We have to stop beating up ourselves and beating up ourselves and say, I should have done this and I should have done that. No. Everything happened for a reason. Now it's your season to heal, to fix, to learn, to strengthen, to be courageous, to help somebody, to encourage another, to uplift. Don't look at what you should have done. Look at what you can do. Stay here in the present so that you can bless yourselves, because we have to remember that we can block our own blessings with our own negativity. So don't do that to yourself. Don't block your blessings from your own negativity. And don't let other people block your blessings and tell you something is not for you. You have to believe and know what is for you. You have to know what's right for you. Nobody can tell you that. You have to believe that 100%. Do you believe it? Believe what God has for you, because nobody can take it away. Absolutely nobody can take away what God has for you, because you have to remember that whatever God has started, no one can stop. Whatever God has started, no one can stop. Know that. People do try. People try to break your spirit, hurt your feelings. They try, but they cannot break you unless you allow them. That's why it's important to strengthen your mind. Keep strengthening and encouraging your mind and yourself. Uplift, upbuild, encourage. You have to, you must. That's how you're going to feel good about yourself in every single way. Keep going. Keep going. You absolutely can do anything that you want to, but it's all up to us. It's all about the choices that you make each and every day. What kind of choice are you going to make? Are you going to make a choice to love yourself the way God loves you? Are you going to see yourself like God sees you? Full of potential, full of value and meaning and worth? Yes, be that. Go out there and shine. Shine your light brightly. Do not dim your light because other people don't believe in your hopes and your dreams. Your hopes and your dreams don't get any lessened just because they're not on board. You go ahead and be great. Go out there, be great and prosperous. Like I like to say from I Am Tracy Lee, be prosperous on purpose. So go out there and do that. Be prosperous. Be the best you can every day. I believe in you and you believe in yourself and see yourself as God sees you. Keep encouraged. Know yourself, love yourself. And like I say on every single video, story time, live stream, just know it. Just breathe it and be it and live your best life. Keep your head up. Keep your head up all the way. I am Marlene, and I will see you guys on Sunday for the Sunday talk show. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys got some encouragement and blessing from today's stream. Thank you all for coming, and I will see you guys on the next one.
encouraged, be inspired, be yourself.